Alright, back for round 2 with a pretty good keeper on the draw. Need some more lands, but other than that, it's looking pretty good. Mind Rot. Not exactly what I was looking for. Unfortunately, the rats are not artificers, but either way, I might not have anything else to do on turn 3 than equipping those rats. Especially if I don't draw land, but looks like I did. I'm probably gonna Mind Rot next turn, even though they don't have, they have a lot of cards in hand. This uses my mana better, and well, now this might change my plans actually. Because often what you want to be doing is Mind Rotting their last 2 cards, if possible. Well, since I drew the Cobra, I guess I'm just attacking, boosting my rats. And because a 2-3 is better than a 1-2, dropping Cobra with a green available. If they swing back, I'm just gonna trade, I think. And next turn, maybe I can cast Female Outrider as a 5-6 Trampler. 5-6 Trample turn 3 has to be, turn 4 has to be pretty strong. The goal of this game is just to use Mind Rot into Midnight Owl and just card advantage my opponent out of the game. Don't really mind them using a Warden on a creature I don't really care about. I'd rather have them using the Warden on that than on the Female Outrider, especially since my deck doesn't have a lot of Revolt, so using one on a Warden is slightly annoying. I guess if it's Welding Spark, it's fine though. So I'll Mind Rot now, just because, you know, I have to. I don't have, but I might as well do something with my mana. And looks like they just get discarded 2 lands, which, you know, it is what it is. If they play a Tiger here, things could go bad. Looks like they don't have a Tiger though. Okay, well, we can drop that as a, what, 3-5? Decent body. I'm not gonna make servos. First, I have those 2 judges in my deck. Second, some 1-1 are not gonna do a whole lot in that board of 2-3s and 1-3s. Yes. Please give me the ability. Next turn, I'm probably attacking with the judge. The Weaponcraft Enthusiast, or not. Turns out I'm not attacking at all. Okay, we drew the land. So we can drop the Female Outrider, make it a 5-6. Sweet, sweet, sweet. +1 counter. Yes, I like to have a 5-6 trample. And next turn, I can force my opponent to double block. Though I guess if they block with a 2-3 and their Female Outrider, it's not that great for me. If somehow I draw red, I have Welding Spark, which could mess up combat. And my opponent is not very close to Architect of the Untamed. If you have no other way to produce energy, you should just not play that, because playing 8 lands after turn 3 is not... Like, even if you do, you would have drawn 11 land and you're probably gonna lose. And if you don't flood, this card is not gonna do anything. And white-green doesn't tend to have a lot of cards that care about energy, so I don't know how I feel about that. So I guess it looks like we will not really be attacking anytime soon. Drawing red was decent, I guess. So I could Welding Spark the Stomper. Could Welding Spark the Fairground Wardens. Don't really see what Iron Lixted does on that board, so I'm gonna just keep it in hand for now. And hopefully, well, best case scenario, they attack with Stomper, I block with Outrider, they try to use a trick and I destroy them with Welding Sparks, and then the game ends pretty shortly if this happens. I could also just get back my Cobra. I don't know. We have a pretty solid board stall here, I guess. Pretty solid board stall, but if I ever draw black, then I can Midnight Oil, and then I'm drawing 2 cards a turn against my opponent, who's gonna be drawing one card a turn, and things are quickly gonna not go great for the opponent. At least that's the hope, but a lot of bad things could happen quite easily. So despite getting those armor craft judge second and eight, well, second pick is not that amazing, but eighth pick, there was two other green player at the table, the round one opponent and round two opponent. So that might be a reason why this draft did not go very well, despite green being open. Maybe people are just thinking judge is a bad card, and I think it's clearly not a bad card. Like right here, it would just completely break things. Like give me another body and drawing 3 cards. It would be crazy. So yeah. Either way, my opponent has some things to do. Hopefully they just top deck the trick and they will try to make some attacks and get blown back by the sparks. That's the hope. If they try to attack, in theory I could also kill the Warden, block with Cobra, give it Death Touch. But since they have Tramplers, that's a little bit risky, I feel like. I mean, not risky, but I would take a lot of damage, and I don't actually care about my Cobra that much. And I think if they attack, they might try to use a trick, and that will go very bad for them. Okay, I think we should kill Stomper end of turn, especially if we end up drawing a black. We want to play Midnight Oil and be able to, if they have a trick, oh well, they have a trick, they can save their Stomper. But yeah, sure. Interesting that my opponent chose not to attack. That was wise, I guess. So they got me. But I think you wanna use the spells in your hand when you have a Midnight Oil in your hand. Alright, still nothing really happening right here. I haven't played wisely. I think a lot of people would have been tempted to attack with Stomper and try to get me with the trick, and you get 2 for 1. Where here we just traded 1 for 1. So my opponent put a card on bottom, as I will put a card on top. And we'll start to draw cards, basically. This kind of card is just game breaking in this kind of matchups. That being said, if my opponent just finds a Reinvolve for the Pim Outrider, well, I guess I can still double block the Stomper. I don't like my board is not empty. And next turn I'm gonna drop the Steed as a 3/3 into Fairground Wardens, which is I mean into making Fairground Wardens a 3/3. So we should be good. The only issue now is that Armor Craft Judge draws me so much card that this could go wrong with the Midnight Oil, but that's when the issue is that you might be drawing too many cards, you are in a good spot in general. Okay, speaking about too many cards, here's the judge. So if I drop that, I draw 3. Yeah, still have a pretty good hand size though. Might as well drop it now. Generate a little bit of card advantage. Don't think we'll move the goggles. We could, but that doesn't seem great. Nope. Next turn I can drop a land and 2/4 drop, and I'll have 3 cards left in hand, so I don't have to discard. Great. And we can just build a huge board, and then things will start to get nasty. If I draw another judge, I'm not gonna cast it though, because I'll have to discard most of the things I will draw of it. Sure. Honda Week, okay, that's a pretty nice addition. We might want to get rid of the Stomper. I think I'm just attacking with Pim Outrider this turn. And see what that does. Just want to try to, I mean not try that, I just want to make some trades at that point. Like, each time we are trading, I'm drawing more cards, I will end up having more creatures than my opponent, so each time we are trading, it's good for me. even if the trade is not great. Like, they can block with Speed Outrider and Architect of the Untamed, and that's not a great trade for me. They just took the damage, though. Interesting. I don't really mind that too much. I might just kill their Stomper end of turn. I mean, second main phase, I should rather say. If I do that, I cannot move the goggles. I guess this is gonna be a 5/4. I don't really need to kill those. I'd rather keep my Honda Weak for something a bit more threatening. And we'll move the goggles again, because why not? And now next turn I can start attacking with those Malfi squads. And my opponent will have to make some blocks at some point. I mean, it's not gonna work very well for them otherwise. Probably you will have to discard end of turn, but can live with that. Can just keep Subtle Strike around. I guess we are attacking with the two squads. Quads, and unless my opponent has something like Fumigate in their deck, they will eventually just die. If they have Fumigate, I could end up winning myself, I guess. The thing is, I cannot really slow roll my threats because I would discard them, so you know, I kind of have to play into a potential Fumigate, even though it's not something super great to do. Yeah, +1 counter. I have to Honda Weak, otherwise I have to discard it, so I guess I'll make Judge a 4/4 and get my Cobra back, so I have a bigger board. Yeah, discard the Forest, lose 1 life. Yeah, I think that Fumigate is probably the only card that can make my opponent come back in this game. Like, Midnight Oil just destroys people in this kind of matchup. Okay, another Warden, that's solid. I can beat that, though. I can certainly beat that. I can attack with my 4-power creatures plus my Cobra. Ooh, Key to the City. That's nice. Also, I can discard the lands I have, and yeah, that's pretty sweet. Let's drop the keys. Let's... Yeah, they had enough. That's what Midnight Oil does, though. I mean, that card is just crazy. Like, it's in some games it's just a Phyrexian arena without any drawback. Yeah, that was sweet. Pretty nice to see that card doing some job and shining. Yeah, my side is bad, so there's not much I can do. I guess... What do I guess? Wheelermaker is kind of decent in this matchup if we get some sort of board stall going on. I really don't like Fretwork Colony on the draw. That being said, my opponent is not super aggressive, yeah. We'll leave the deck this way. Alright, turns out drawing card is good enough to win in this game. Like, the Judges and the Midnight Oil have been pretty good so far. I don't think I can keep that. If there was 1 swamp, sure, but like, first, I can't cast anything. Second, I'm on the draw. Third, even if I draw a swamp, I will not be doing many impressive things. I think you can keep that, but I think it's really not appealing. That one is much better. Don't think I want that, since I'm gonna get a swamp of my Attune with Ether anyways. I could use a Force Land, but I think I should get there at some point. Nornam Cobra, sure. Well, actually, I'm stupid. Yeah, I should have kept the swamp on top because I want to fetch one of my red with the attune with Ether. I completely forgot that I was splashing for red. So that, yeah, that misplay, because it is a misplay, clearly might just cost me the game. If I end up drawing a red spell that I cannot cast, that would be bad. Don't think we really want that, since we cannot cast that yet and we have a bunch of 4-drops in hand. I haven't put on bottom too, okay. We'll probably trade if they offer the trades. Yeah, I should have gotten a red here. I have 2 red spells in my deck, that's pretty important, and I don't have that many red sources. Attune with Ether is my only fixer. Yes, pretty bad move. Well, actually I'm not trading because Cobra could trade with something bigger, and next turn my Weaponcraft Enthusiast is gonna brick wall that Eager Construct. Yeah, something a bit more threatening like a Freighter, for example. Yeah, I cannot really double block that thing, because if they do have something, I lose. Like, if they have a trick, I lose, and I think I need to take 4, and hopefully just trade my Cobra for the Freighter. If they choose not to attack with it, fine. Next turn I can drop Enthusiast, the 2-2 will not be able to attack anymore, and I can just keep the Cobra around for the Freighter. Pima Outrider is annoying, for sure. Might just have to trade my Cobra for that. Mind Rot. Oh, let's tap the mana wisely, at least. We already picked the wrong mana, so we might as well not make more misplays. Guess I'll go with the counters. Since my opponent has 9 power of trample, I think this is gonna be a tough game. Fairground Wardens. Removing the Cobra, attacking with... Yeah, I think we are losing that one, but at least the not picking a mountain would not have mattered, because this is just a nut draw. So we go down to 7 here, and if they have no trick, we might set up a double block next turn. Yikes, as I draw another land. Don't think we will win that one. Things are looking green. Since everything has trample and my creatures have 1 toughness mostly. Yep. Abundant deck is sweet. 2 Fairground Wardens is certainly something. If they have just 1 trick, I lose no matter what, so I cannot play around tricks. So I guess I might as well kill that, as it is slightly bigger. Yep. Yeah, I mean, curving Freighter into Pima Outrider with some trick backup is pretty, and a couple Reinvolve and trick backup is pretty much unwinnable for the opponent. Another Outrider, Concealed Shield Guard, Thriving Rhino. Nah, even if I play the squad, we can block there, jump here, but this has trample, yeah. GG. GG. Okay, well, that was efficient. What do we want to do? I don't think we want to change match, honestly. I kind of like look out on the play. Guess get brick walled by 2 drops though. Creeping Mold can kill the Freighter. Maybe it's better than Ovalchase Daredevil. No, I don't think so. I think we'll just play the good old 24 we set up for. I mean, we choose, I guess, and hope we have a decent draw. But yeah, we have a couple Reinvolve, but my deck is pretty soft to Freighter. I mean, all decks are soft to Freighter. Not all, I guess, but many decks. Okay, that hand is pretty bad, but I think if I go to 6 on the play, I will lose no matter what, so I'm gonna keep that. At least I can cast most spells from my deck, except for my lone Pima Outrider. And as we saw, Midnight Owl is pretty good in this matchup. This hand will lose to a turn 3 freighter though. Not a whole lot I can do about that. Key to the city. Okay, we'll probably discard a land end of their turn if they play a creature, so we can try to draw stuff, but my opponent is missing land drop. Yeah, no legal target. I can still discard? Oh, it's up to 1, yeah, so I can still discard. Okay, good news. Because if its target creature gains, well then there's no legal target. I haven't kept a 1-lander. Why would you ever do that when you are on the draw and you can just mulligan? I mean, I'm gonna probably take the win here, but I mean, I don't feel bad about that. This is just stupidity. No, that's mean to say that. No, but honestly, just don't keep 1-lander. Sometimes you have to keep a 6. When you mulligan to 6, you have to keep a 1-lander because you have scry and you cannot go down to 5. But you don't keep even if you have a bunch of 2-drop, you cannot keep a 1-lander, especially on the draw when mulliganing is rather free. I don't really get it. Maybe they misclicked on the keep thing. This happens on MTGO. But yeah. Alright. Not a super exciting final game, but yeah, somehow we managed to get to the final despite the deck looking pretty mediocre, at least to me. Bit of luck involved, but honestly, yeah, the judges and Midnight Owl have been pretty good so far, so there is that too. Alright, hope you enjoyed, see you for the final.